Innovations and knowledge work, nothing happens today without teams. Gone are the days where I can sit in my office alone and think that I would be able to get new products and new solutions out. So Google did a big project. They called it as Project Aristotle. They followed their teams at Google for over 2 years. They surveyed 180 teams and 37,000 employees to understand what makes teams effective, what differentiates effective teams from non-effective teams and teams that have been able to do. And the answer that they found was teams that they did well, they had a culture, a climate of psychological safety. Now, how do they define psychological safety? They found that there are two things that differentiate effective teams and teams that have psychological safety. The first thing that they found was, they called it as conversational turn taking. That if you look at a team and a group of people discussing an issue, they found that in effective teams, almost everybody spoke for the same time. And they call it as conversational turn taking. Those were not the teams where one person dominated the discussion and the others were silently listening to what the person was saying. Almost everybody spoke for the same time. So everybody was participating in that discussion. And the second thing, they called it as having above average social sensitivity. That means when we are in a team, we are sensitive about feelings of others. We are sensitive about if there's somebody who's feeling fearful, somebody who's feeling maybe not involved in those discussions, we reach out to those people and try to sort of encourage them to participate in those teams. So these were the two defining conditions, and I define team building here as behaviors that comprise of facilitating and constructive resolution of conflict among team members, encouraging cooperations, and developing identification with the work team. If you look around and teams which tend to do well, you will always find that they are very open, frank with themselves. Whereas if you look at teams that don't do so well, is you would go to their team meetings and you will find somebody would be speaking and others would be silently sitting and listening to what the others are saying. So leaders, such kind of leaders increase the frequency of interactions and create a safe environment for participation.